Welcome to some Heat talk, and the Miami Heat get another night of an offensive explosion, leading them to an explosive victory at home in their first play-in game against the Charlotte Hornets, and the Miami Heat also remain undefeated at home, 3-0 at home. Miami Heat took on the Charlotte Hornets in their first play-in game in their little group stage going on. Still don't fully understand this damn play-in rules, the play-in tournament. And I still can't grasp the significance and the importance of it, besides the players getting a nice bonus if they win. But whatever. The Miami Heat won 126 to 108, and it was a pretty nice victory. I would say it was a nice victory. Look at the score, 126 to 108. Nice victory. But I thought the Miami Heat had this in wraps by the second quarter. At the second quarter, end of the first quarter, I thought the Miami Heat had this in the bag. I thought this was going to be like the Heat versus the Grizzlies. Bag it up, pack the seats, leave. If you're a Hornets fan, leave the stadium. If there's even any Hornets fans, is there any Hornets fans? I mean, they need to put out a survey and see if there's any Hornets fans. But whatever. Leave the stadium if you're a Hornets fan by the first quarter. This game should have been over. 53 to 33 in the first quarter. Highest scoring first quarter in Miami Heat history. First time they ever scored 50 plus points in the first quarter. A historic night to start the night. They hit 10 threes. They had like 8 different players hit threes in the first quarter. But then, the Heat, they just stopped playing hard. They just stopped playing more aggressive. Their shots weren't falling. Their threes weren't falling. That's what happens when you shoot so many shots and there's a cap on the rim. The Hornets came back. They went on like a 27-2 run. A 27-2 run. And they got the game really, really close going into halftime. I believe it was a one-possession game going into halftime. And the Miami Heat, after looking great in the first quarter, they weren't looking so great in the second quarter. But eventually, through the third quarter, which was way lower scoring, only 22-19 in the third quarter, the Miami Heat won. And then they were able to fully pull away early in the fourth quarter, and pretty nicely in that fourth quarter. And I forgot that I didn't forget. I remember once it started happening that the NBA Cup is due to point differential, so the Miami Heat were running up that score and had an excuse to take out their anger and run up that score on the Charlotte Hornets. I mean, does Coach Spell really care about that point differential in the play-in tournament that much? I don't think so. I think he was really just trying to run up that score on the Hornets, after them making that comeback. He does have something to be mad at. Things aren't going his way right now, per to Coach Spell. But, and the Hornets, Terry Rozier, screwed us, killed them. Who cares? No one likes them. On to the next, though. The Miami Heat were able to pull away in that fourth quarter. Jaime Jaquez crossed it up. I think it was Sion James. Dropped his ass. Then went down the Jaime Highway and dunked on Ryan Kalkbrenner, who's a pretty annoying player, I'm not going to lie. Kalkbrenner and Knipple were making me annoyed. I don't know why Kalkbrenner, just because he was so tall and lengthy. But Con Knipple is a player. Like, he can play defense, he can hit the three, he can shoot, he just does everything. He's an all-around player, and he's going to be nice. He had 30 points in this game, led the game in points. And for the Miami Heat, Norman Powell led the team in points with 25 points. Right behind him was Andrew Wiggins with 22 points. Then Pelle Larsson, my favorite player on the Heat. So, Tyler Hero's my favorite player, but Pelle Larsson, second favorite behind Tyler Hero. Right now, and Jaime Jaquez with 18. And Norman Powell, great. He did what I wanted him to do, which I talked about in the last video, which was close the game aggressively like he does in the first quarter. First quarter, again, he started off 3 for 3, 9 points in like 4 minutes. And quick 9 points. He always gets the quick threes, then gets fouled for the threes. And he starts off really quick. Before this game, averaging 14 points in the first half, but then during the second half, it feels like his aggressiveness falls off a cliff. And he only averages 9 points in the second half. But he kept it going and kept it more aggressive in this game in the second half to help the Heat close out the game in the fourth quarter especially. Then Andrew Wiggins, who's been great in the last 5 games. He's finally found his role, looks like doing everything fundamentally. He's the big fundamental out there. Hitting threes, he's been really good from 3 tonight. Tonight he was 4 of 6 from 3. He's been really good from 3 as of late. He was a plus 21 and a plus minus. He's been great, doing everything, playing defense, offense, just smooth. In the first quarter, he had he just posted someone up, fade away off the backboard. It was just smooth, fundamental, sound basketball. And Andrew Wiggins has been playing. He's been really good in the last 5 games. 22 points for him. Then, Pelle Larsson. An absolute dog. Just dog. Since last season, since his rookie season, he's been a dog. He's just the ultimate role player effort guy. And he's getting his starts because we're injured right now with Bam Adebayo hurt, of course. And then when Norman Powell was hurt just a couple games ago, he was also getting the start. And Khalil Ware, wasn't in lineup also. Pelle Larson, absolute dog. He's always on the ground. The guy's a rug rat. He's going after the ball. He's always on the ground. He's getting hit in the face every game. He's absolutely just all around the ball and insane. The dude, like, there's nothing. He's the ultimate effort guy. He's like T.J. McConnell, Christian Braun, just the ultimate dog. Those players are what win you series in the playoffs. Those players are the ones that win you championships. As I just mentioned, T.J. McConnell, Christian Braun, both been to the finals, Game 7 and stuff. Alex Caruso. Those are the types of guys right there. The absolute dogs. The absolute dogs. That's the Heat culture guy right there. Pelle Larson. I mean, I just 19 points, and he's not even there at 4 points. But he's able to hit 1 3, but before that he's been able to get an efficient 8 of 11 from the field. He should be getting to line more. That guy is getting whacked and wailed every play. I think as he builds status in the league and with these refs, he'll get some more calls. But other than that, man, he's aggressive, physical. He's a good defender, and he's just an all-around hustle and heart dude that you just love to see play. Just effort. He's going to dive into the stands for a rebound if he needs to. He's going to dive on the ball for every loose ball, especially in the crunch time. That's the type of player he is, and that's the type of players you need, and it's amazing to have him as just a second-round pick. Davion Mitchell, 9 points, 5 assists. He was all right. He's there for his defense. And then Khalil Ware, 7 points, 6 rebounds. We'll get to him in a second. Well, there's always a separate just section of me talking Khalil Ware. He gets his own little section because he's off and on every night. He's switch. I'm calling him the big switch. You don't know if he's gonna be off. You don't know if he's gonna be on. Off the bench, the most outstanding bench 2.0, as I call him, Simon Fontecchio, 11 points. He's been amazing. Jaime Jaquez, 18 points. He's been amazing. And unfortunately, he came up after, it was like 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game, after he broke someone's ankles. Unfortunately, he rolled his own ankle, twisted his own ankle, whatever you want to call it, and he has a sprained, I think, right ankle. I believe it's a sprained right ankle, which is not good, especially the Heat have a back-to-back tomorrow against a sneaky good Trailblazers team. I mean, if they're not really sneaky good, the only reason you're calling them sneaky good is because of the Trailblazers, and they're not usually good. So, a pretty tough Trailblazers team, who's been winning as of late since that criminal Chauncey Billups left the team. But Jaime Jaquez, he's been impressive. He continues his hot streak. He hit a 3 tonight. He's starting to hit those threes a little bit, feeling a little more confident. He didn't get to the line as much. He only got to the line once. He went 1 for 2. But 8 rebounds, 9 assists. He's been amazing on the assists. He's bringing the ball up. He's running the offense for the second unit. And he's being aggressive attacking the rim. And the stat that keeps being mentioned is he's 3rd in the league in layups around the rim. Just behind Giannis, and I don't remember the other one. Might be SGA. But he's up there. He's being amazing attacking the rim and playing with that pace that the Miami Heat want to put on these opponents, and playing at that faster pace that we've been playing at to get these scores. 126 points. And then Drew Smith had some minutes. He did his thing. Plus 21. He's pretty good. It's Drew Smith. You know what he's there for. But Nikola Jovic also I want to get to. Nikola Jovic. I'm going to get to him before Khalil Ware. 10 points. 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He got 3 steals. I didn't even know that. He has sneaky 3 steals and 1 block. He got a haircut. Finally cut off that mullet or whatever action he had going on in the back of his head, which was, I don't know, just didn't like it walking around. I don't know what haircut he had, but fresh cut Jovic. He was being a little bit more aggressive. He only played 19 minutes. He had 10 points. Okay. I don't know if he got benched or it was an injury, because I heard that he might have had something on his back. He was on the bench with something going on. But even when he was playing, I do like the little more aggressiveness. He still needs to be more aggressive. It's just Jovic, man. It's just like I get so mad with him because he's 6'10". He can't play like a big. And we need him to play like a big right now because we have no big coming off the bench. Vladislav Golden, he's there. He's on the bench clapping, but he's not ready for the NBA, of course. And Jovic is 6'10", and it's just You get so mad about him. He's not playing good as of late. But yeah, he's just a big if. He's just a big if. Like, he has the ability to be a 6'10" guard slash big. He has the ability to be a 6'10", like, Jokic type guy that could shoot, rebound, and pass the ball. But he's not. He plays so soft around the rim on defense and offense. He sits down with his hands below his waist on defense. Like, get that big wingspan up and stretch your sides on defense. Get those hands up. Be aggressive around the rim when you're going up. Go turn that ball over and dunk it. He can be so much more than he is. It's just a big if. But right now, he's playing like garbage. Especially last game, he's playing like garbage. This game, 19 minutes, 10 points on the box score is something positive to look at. And he's plus 15. The whole team is plus, though. Besides Davion Mitchell. And Khalil Ware. But that's because he only played in those minutes, really, that we were winning. And he got taken out the game, whether it was injury or he actually got benched. I don't know. I haven't seen anything either. But man, it's just a walking if. And I want that if to turn into him doing it. I don't even care so much about the facilitating part. Just being able to post up, fade away, shot, get to his spots, handling, be more tight. Go attack the rim on the smaller defenders. Attack the rim with aggressiveness. Play defense. That's what I want. Now, Khalil Ware. He was serviceable. He wasn't even serviceable. He was there. He was there. We got the win. He was the starting big. 7.6 rebounds. 1 from 5 from 3. 3 from 10 from the field. Struggle. He's just struggling. The shot wasn't there. The touch wasn't there. A lot of things weren't there. Half the time he was mentally not there. But it's Khalil Ware. Sometimes he's not there. Sometimes he is. And I don't even know how to describe it. Yes, he got around the rim. He wasn't protecting the rim correctly. Miles Bridges was able to go in there and dunk the ball. He had Trey Mann able to attack him at times. He was out there looking like Allen Iverson. He got the headband, baggy shorts, baggy jersey. He had 20 points. No LaMelo, so he had free reign to run point guard and dribble all over the place. Trey Mann looking like Allen Iverson out there. He didn't. There was another 7+ footer in the paint and Kalkbrenner. But, geez, like, Khalil Ware is just also a big if. Such a big guy. Can do a lot of things. Athletic, vertically bigger than everybody. North to south bigger than everybody. And most of the players in the league, besides Wembanyama. And he could shoot the three, he could shoot the ball. But you just need him to be more aggressive and just be there, not take possessions off. Which he was doing this game, and which is something we don't need to do him in the future. Especially with Bam out being day-to-day, which you'll probably... I expect him to take a little bit longer because that's something with your left toe. It's pretty hard to your big toe. You got to run. Big toe is your most important toe. So I expect to be him out be longer than just expecting him day by day. But maybe hopefully he's back tomorrow against the Trailblazers. Other than that, though, great Heat victory. Even though I ended on the 2 negatives from Jovic and Ware, I do like what I see from Jovic. Improving a little bit tonight. Ware, not so much, but. Other than that, the rest of the team played great. Defensively, offensively, just bad. It wasn't a third quarter this time. It was what can we call the second quarter being atrocious? It was the terrible 2. The terrible 2 quarter for the Miami Heat, but they were able to bounce back and put the game away pretty dominantly. Able to put it away pretty quick in the third and fourth, leading into the fourth quarter. So that was nice. The Heat, that's a feel-good win. I don't care. I understand we choked 27-2 run. That's horrible. But last year, that team wouldn't be able to bounce back like this and still come at halftime and try to dominate and put the game away like they did tonight, if that was last season. So the Miami Heat are showing again and again that they are not the same team from last season. They are different. They're moving different. Their offense is different. This whole offense is still consistently working 9 games into the season, and we're undefeated at home. Just let them know. They walk in Casey Center, they ain't walking out without putting up a fight. And that's what Andrew Wiggins said in his post-game interview also, which is something I've been preaching since the beginning of the season. The preview before the season, I said I want home court to be like home court. I want it to be dominant. I want the Heat to go on a 14-0 home winning streak in First Take or whatever talk show there is, talk about the Miami Heat being dominant at home. If you walk into there, it's gonna be a tough game. I want them to be like, oh, Bucks versus Heat tonight. Who's gonna win? Heat are at home. Oh, Heat 14-0 at home. No teams walked in there and be able to beat them. It's really hard to beat them. If you have a great home record, the seeding will fall where you want it. Other than that, closing thoughts: Miami Heat, great victory. Norman Powell, great. Andrew Wiggins fitting into this offense more and more. And then Pelle Larsson, absolute dog. And Jaime Jaquez, stay hot. Hopefully. The ankle sprain isn't too serious. Because we can't have Bam and Jaquez out. Those have been our two guys this season. We already had Powell out. We have Hero out. We had Powell out. Hopefully he's good for... We got the injury out the way. Now he's good for the rest of the season, hopefully. Knock on wood. Bam. It's a brutal injury. But it's day-to-day. It could have been worse. Jaquez, hopefully he's not out for too long. I expect him to be out tomorrow, though, because it is a back-to-back. And that ankle sprain ain't no joke. It's going to swell up. It's going to do its thing. And hopefully he'll be back for the next game, which I believe is after the Blazers, which we get the Cavs. But before that, we'll see you after the Blazers game. Hopefully we win. Hopefully we get another victory. Stay undefeated at home. That's what I'm worried about. Placing tough Blazers team. Is this home record in jeopardy? I don't know. Maybe it might be. But see you in the next one. Let's go Heat.